Hello, hello, how's it going? Let's see, testing all the audio, see if this works. I turned the music down a little bit. Okay, looks like we're good. Here we go, live. Face cam, there we go. Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name is Mikaela, and I'm checking my own audio stream, which is why I wasn't looking. So, how's it going? Hope your day is going well. So this is a live stream series where I am talking about, or I'm building an expense tracker application. And to do that, I'm live streaming the entire process. So if you go back and watch, like this is number 14, I believe. If you go back and watch every single stream, you can see every line of code that I've written in this app. And it's just your basic normal expense tracker app. But then I have a custom Vapor backend that I've written. And that's what we'll be working on today, is we are going to be passing data from the iOS app to the Vapor backend. So I am just adjusting the audio a little bit. The music should be like in the background, but you should definitely be able to hear me for sure. So let's get started. So it is, for me, I'm in the United States, so it's the day after Thanksgiving. So I hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving who is here in the US. Otherwise, I hope you had a good rest of your week. Hey John, how's it going? I can't wait to meet you in person. So John, we talked to, for anybody else who may be watching, John and I talk on Instagram all the time, and we've talked for like the last several years, and I'm finally going to actually meet him in person, and I'm super excited. So here we go. So here's what we are working on. What I did last time was we wrote a unit test, and let's just run it to make sure it's still passing, you know, just in case. So we hit Command U. Where did the simulator go? It did this last time. Does anyone know why it would say like clone of iPhone rather than just running on the actual like simulator that was already there? I don't know what that's about. Let's see, it's still thinking about running. I just want to run the unit test just in case. Looking forward to meeting. Awesome. And for everybody who is joining, be sure to like this video so that these are like the only videos that I really do as of late, because at the moment I just don't have time to make like actual YouTube videos. So right now I'm just doing live stream. So if you can be sure to like this live stream, that would help me out and help my little growing channel, my little space on the internet. Wow, this is taking a hot minute to run like 2 unit tests. But executed 2 unit tests with 0 failures. Did it go? It looks like it. Okay, both of those were in. Did I miss that? The little like test succeeded pop-up? Was I like not looking? You can remove the clone of by renaming the simulator in the devices window. Did I create 2 of them then? Okay. So the devices window, we have iPhone 14. You mean this devices window or clone of iPhone 14 Pro? Which one do you mean? I hope my stream is like okay. It looked like it was struggling a little bit earlier. Read the simulator in the devices window. I don't know what that's about, because then when I go to actually run the app. Yeah, when I go to run the app, it then brings up like the real simulator. Why is it only running the unit test like on a different one? That's weird. Yeah. Hey, is it just Smile? Am I reading that right? Is it just Smile? Is that your username? How's it going? Why Vapor is not widely used as a backend for website creation. That's probably because it's not really the first thing people think of when they think of web dev, basically. People will typically instead do like JavaScript and like all your basic like web dev stuff, but Vapor is used for like server-side Swift, so we can use it to write an API or like also write parts of a website, but it's really not people's first choice because not as widely used. But if you're a Swift iOS developer who wants to make a website, you can use Vapor so that you can do that without needing to learn a new language. Okay, so my unit test passed, so that's good. I'm gonna eventually move this class somewhere else. It's like the mock networking class that I had. I'll keep it there for right now though, it's fine. So what we will do today, and this, don't worry about this. This is the code coverage of this function. It's like, this one is not code covered at all. But I turned on code coverage, so that's fun. So what we will be doing, this is Linear. It's the board that I use for tracking all of the to-dos that I have to do in this project. And I think what we should start with is when we go to settings, ooh, nothing showed up because I need to run the backend. So if I do Swift run, which this is actually, I probably need to do something else as well. So this is my, you can kind of, yeah, you can see it, is iOS repo. This one is the backend, which has an error. But then the reason that error came up was because I need to start the database. So this is like the database running in a Docker container. And then now I should be able to run Swift run. And there we go. It says like starting running at 127.0.0.1. And now if I rerun the app and I go to settings, now we see something. So these are actually fetching data from that database in the Docker container. And now it's all actually working. This looks so complicated. It's not as complicated as it may look. I mean, this is just an iOS app, that's all it is. But so we are gonna do CRUD, let's do the categories. So we click the plus button, we want to be able to add a new income category and add a new expense category, which I believe this is actually the same screen. And then create account has, I believe, its own screen. But we'll do that. Let's do categories first. And the server part, I'd say, what is it? Cyril. That's it. Because it's Cy. Because I always pronounce your name wrong because I heard it like somebody who spells their name the same way. I heard it a different way the first time, and that's like ingrained in my memory. But Cyril is not too bad. It's not as bad as it looks, I would say. Plus, you're joining in like the middle too, so it kind of looks like way more scary than it actually is. It's like if you joined a code base that has like 100 lines, or not 100, but like 100,000 or something, it looks scarier. It seems like the clone slim is new in Xcode 14. Click schema in your project window, then edit scheme, your test target options, uncheck. Ooh, uncheck execute in parallel, I see. So if we do edit scheme test, okay, that's where we are. Test target options. Wait, am I saying the right thing? Uncheck execute in parallel. Oh, it does have execute in parallel. Okay, wait, where is the oh, I see options here. Okay, where did... Yo, that clone one is gone. Or did I close it? Okay, let's stop it. Command U. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Thank you. You fixed it. Okay. So let's start with create categories. Where did I put that? So we have been doing... create category. There we go. Should I turn the code coverage off for right now? Because I'm not really doing any unit testing. It's fine. We'll get back around to it sometime. Okay, so this is just a VStack with a text field. Is there a text style modifier? Is that a thing? Text field style. Let's do it. Rounded border. Oh, I can probably use the... What is that called? The preview. There we go. So for one thing I see that I definitely need to do is add create and cancel buttons on the toolbar. So let's do that. what is it called? It's toolbar. Is it toolbar item? I always forget. Yeah, toolbar item. Let's do placement and content placement. What is it? We want to do trailing and leading. So let's do, what is it? Leading first. Navigation bar leading. Okay. Let's copy that, paste that one. This one will be trailing. And then, do I have to do button or? Yeah, I think I do have to do button. So this would be create. The other one would then be cancel. Oh no, this one's create, this one's cancel. Let's just print that for right now. Make sure I know what I'm doing. What is the average time that it takes to become a junior iOS developer ready for a first job? Thanks a lot for all your feedback. Yeah, it's just Smile. Okay, awesome. I'm glad I'm pronouncing everything correctly. And I would say average is hard because, oh, I know what's happening. Average is hard because it's different for everybody because everybody learns at a different pace. So I would say like it can happen in, it can happen in an hour, sorry, I'm thinking of something else. It can happen in a couple months, like 6-7 months, or it could take like 2 years. It's kind of all relative to how like quickly you pick up programming. So it's very dependent. I would say like a year average is definitely possible, but it's also sometimes kind of speedy. Sai, yes, it built so fast because I have a top of the line MacBook Pro because I spent a lot of money when I did this, when I made it, or when I bought this computer. Okay, we are on settings view. Settings view goes to create category view. We need to put this in a navigation view. And cut that, move it in here. And run it. Top of the line, right? But it was a very calculated decision because it costs a lot of money, you know, it's Apple. But it's, what is it? It's like all the memes that happen, like, you know, I can compile my code 10 times faster so I can cry 10 times more, something like that. But, it's, yeah, I spent a lot of money on this computer, but it was very calculated, so technically the time I do really save in dev time could then equate to like how much more the computer itself costs. Okay, here we go. Cancel. Cancel does the right thing. Create. Create does the right thing. Yeah, Sai, you told me how to spell. You told me how to say your name at some point, like a hot minute ago. Okay, so let's first make cancel actually cancel something. And let's see. Do I want to use at environment or do I want to start making a view model for all? I think I do. Let's just commit this right now. Ooh. Let's commit the scheme first. Okay, git add expense tracker app. Okay, first don't run tests in parallel. Clone iPhone from being created. Okay. And then let's just commit this. I commit a lot, which is a good thing. But it is a lot. Okay, what did we do? We create add navbar items to create category view. Okay. So look, you can see all the little functions that we've run is get categories and get accounts. So like if I go to this, that is not the right application. Brain marks, expense tracker. When we go to settings, it automatically always runs like get categories and get accounts as the two requests that it makes. And then Docker is just running. which I could run this like through the GUI, but I usually just run it on terminal. Because I already know it all works, because I've already tested all of that, so... what do we want to do first? Create categories. Let's make the view model. So that's a question for everybody. What architecture do you use when writing Swift code, or SwiftUI code? Because I have seen MVVM. At work, we actually use a modified version of MVVM. But I think what I'm going to do is MVVM. Probably. And do I want to make this part of settings? Because I could pass this settings view model to the create categories. I could do that instead of actually creating its own view model for just this one little tiny view. I'd have to pass to that one. This is the exact same code. I totally might change that then. Because that one says create account says just create account, whereas this one says create something category. Cole, you use modified MVVM. Modified in what way? I could make, let's see. Let's see, what's in the settings view model? We have... because, yeah, okay, let's make it part of this. That's what I've decided. Let's do... we click this, we'll come here. We need to have... actually, no, I'm gonna separate it. Let's do... new Swift file. This will be create category view model. Okay, so you use modified MVVM. Not every view gets a model, and you'll keep some functionality in the views when it makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, because this, I totally probably could get away with just having a single function in the view itself, because it's only going to be like one function. I could do that. Let's just, okay, we're going to keep that, we'll keep it right there. We'll keep that file there. Let's do that for right now, is make this simple, make it work. So we have at environment. What is it? The whole like wrapped dismiss thing? Var. Is that it? I forget what it is. Dismiss view SwiftUI. One of the most basic things people can Google. But while I'm Googling this, I open this. I have a Buy Me a Coffee link. If anybody is interested, you can donate to that, buy me a coffee. And if you do that while I'm on stream, it should pop up that side. It should pop up and like I should be able to see it and everything on stream, which is super fun. But if you want to do that, feel free. Otherwise, if you just like this video, that's super helpful too. Let's see, here we go. How to make a view dismiss itself. Xcode 14, beta 1. It's presentation mode, that's what it is. So if we do that, presentation mode dot wrapped value dot dismiss. Or, oh yeah, we have this boolean we could use. Yes. We present this with a boolean, I believe. Right? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong file. Yeah, it is showing new category. Let's just pass that into the view. Okay, I am, because every time I like go over this way, it highlights all of this as red, so let's turn off code coverage on the thing at the moment. Okay. let's copy that one. Okay, I'm gonna close that file. Maybe we'll come back to it. Where do I want to put this? Oh no, whoops, click the wrong button. Binding. Oh, there you go. Aw, Sai, thank you. Get caffeinated. I appreciate it. Okay, I've made that. Hang on. Oh wait, how long will the alert stay there? Oh no, it's already gone. I was gonna say, I'm trying to make the alert like slowly bigger and bigger. So that it's like easy to see and easy for me to read. Because like sometimes, let's see, I think I'm not cutting it off. Okay, I made the alert even bigger. So whoever does that next, it should be gigantic, hopefully. That's the goal. Because I want to be able to read it from when I'm back here, because like my computer is way, like almost a foot away from me, which is good. But like because of that, I can't see it sometimes, and it used to be really tiny. But thank you, I appreciate it. But there we go. I think whoever buys one next, if somebody does, it should be gigantic this time. And I can't wait. I would love to make it custom, but I don't know if Buy Me a Coffee lets you make a custom alert. That would be fun. Okay, so, binding var, that's what we need. Let's build it, and it's not going to build because we need to use that variable. Okay, and this would bind to is showing new category. And the preview needs this as well. Okay, so now that we've done that, let's also throw in, while we're at it, the reason I passed the binding in is when we do cancel, we will do is showing new category is equal to false. So that should dismiss it properly. So if we go to settings, you do create income category. There we go, hit cancel. Oh, did that have a weird animation? Oh, it did. Why does that have a weird animation? What is going on? If I do .toggle, does that change it? It's like doing the same thing, but... What is going on? Why is that doing that? You think you've seen someone with that bug before. That's like exactly what this is showing, is dismiss, binding that, dismiss is equal to false. I just did this exact same thing. Why is this? What is going on? You're still mind blown how fast this compiles. I know, it's great. And I'm glad the stream is going well too, like as in it's not stuttering. Please knock on wood that that's like not happening at the moment, because I have like a million tabs open right now on my computer because I've been researching for the conference talk that I'm about to give. I'm like still finishing some stuff up. So like it's taking, or I have like actually probably like 15 tabs open on my computer with spread across like 4 or 5 desktops. So I'm glad the stream is like going okay at the moment, because I wasn't sure. Usually I close everything while I stream to make sure like nothing weird happens, but yeah. What is going on? Why is that stuttering? I'm doing exactly what this... We have a state private bar, private var is showing da-da-da-da-da. There's the dismiss. Oh, you're right, Cole. Here is the... Oh, it's an... I didn't know this. It's an iOS 15 only thing. Is they depreciated presentation mode and made dismiss, which makes sense. Does it reproduce on a real device? Ooh. Let me switch this because I already accidentally did something. Do I have my phone connected? let's see. I don't know if this will run on my phone. If it's a simulator thing, that's obnoxious. Okay, here we go. We're running this on my phone if it connects. Okay, it looks like it built. And I have this all wireless, so let's see if that works. Oh, Mikaela's iPhone 14, I have to enable developer mode. iOS 16 does that. Okay, where's developer mode? Okay, no. I don't know if anybody heard that. My phone needs to restart just so it can be in developer mode. Okay, I'm gonna put it back to the monitor for right now while that's trying to do that. And we have a SwiftLint line length violation because I put SwiftLint in my project because I like to. Oh my goodness, my phone scared me. Okay, so we do that. If we build, that should build totally fine. Mikaela's iPhone 14. Oh, that's right, it's iOS 16. So many good features in iOS 16. Yes, that's also the very nice thing, that this is, okay, while that's building, turn on developer mode. Oh my goodness. Okay, my phone's thinking about it. When connected and unlocked. It is connected and unlocked. Let's see. Yeah, that's the nice thing of the way I'm building this app is I am doing it iOS 16 plus. So I can use like all the latest stuff, and that looks like that's what I'm gonna have to do, because that could totally be a simulator problem, because another thing with the simulator right now, it's working, is these don't wiggle and you can't move them around. Like I can't move any of the apps on the simulator, and I feel like that's just a bug that they have not fixed yet. Okay, the app is slowly running on my computer. 0.84 seconds. This is also a very small app size. Like, there are 663 lines of code in this application. You cannot see that there. There's 663 lines of code. So this is a very tiny project too, so. Okay, here we go. Oh no. Okay, so because I ran this on my real device does not have access to localhost. So really quick, let's do this. In Grok, HTTP 8080. So in Grok, if anybody hasn't heard, is a thing because my cell phone cannot hit localhost because like everybody's computer is called localhost. So instead, what you have to do is we will use this URL, and this URL should then reroute. Ooh, I don't know what the rest of this says. It should reroute back to, what is that called? Back to my local host. So where is base URL? Let's change this really quick. Does it have HTTP? Okay, we'll see if this works. When you think SwiftUI will be a main framework to just use for iOS app development, some people are already doing that right now. No, I do not want to run it onto my iPad. Why did that switch? Some people are already using SwiftUI right now in prod, so now could be the time. When it'll be the main one is dependent on everybody's own app, because people's own apps do different things. So until it can catch up to UIKit, which will take a hot minute, then that's not going to happen. Oh no, it still failed. Specified host name could not be found. Okay, maybe I can't run this on my real device and I need to do put more thought into this. Because I think it's not gonna work, so. Or I don't know how to easily make it work at the moment. I totally did. I did this in my own tutorial series, but I cannot think of how to do it right now. So we are just not going to be able to find out if this is a simulator bug or that's still not there. I need to delete this app. I keep clicking on it. Delete. If this is a simulator bug or if this is... I feel like it is. I haven't seen that before yet. Okay, so I'm gonna get my phone out of developer mode. Is that mean it has to restart? I think it does. I'm gonna restart it anyways, so turn my phone back off. And I'll turn it back on later. What is the second window with all the metadata? Which one? Oh no, is my stream stuttering? All this stuff at the bottom, you mean? Or was it the terminal window that I had open down here? Oh no. Let me run my stream on my own device. Is everything still working? I hope. Okay, I hope everything's still working. I'm looking at it. We'll find out. Let's run this back on the iPhone 14 Pro. Okay, and we are getting categories back. I feel like that has to be a simulator bug because I have not seen that before. And I think I'm now running Xcode 14.1, I believe. Yeah. So I'm not sure. Let's just keep it for now and we can investigate that later. Let's create a new task to do that. Investigate the animation glitch. Let's do this for dismissing the create category view. Do I have labels set up? Oh, I do. Here we go. It's a bug on iOS. Let's do passing a boolean. Okay. So that can be there for right now. Yeah, I don't know what that would be about. That's weird. Let's keep this as this is equal to false because that's usually what it would be. And let's just keep on going. Okay, we have the button for dismissing. And now where is that? Wait, no, that's not the right place. Where's the end of the body? I think it's this one, probably. Oops, create category. Okay, if let name not is empty, we'll just do if name is not empty, then we are going to, okay, yeah, we definitely, actually, how we're gonna do this. Let's definitely pass the settings view model because the settings view model already has access to our network manager, which this is what we have to actually use to literally write data. So let's do that. Settings network manager, we need this. We're fetching categories, fetching accounts, and we need to create category. It is a type And it will have a name. Okay, so how we want to use this. Let's pass... What is the settings view model? It is just an observable object. So, oh, what do we do? We're passing... Do we need to pass it as a binding? Let's try that first. Binding... Model is of type settings view model. We'll fix this by doing... Can we do a constant with the settings view model so that... Oh my goodness, what is the HTTP client? That one was networking. That's like obnoxiously long. Okay, settings view model is inside create category. And then on create, we would do view model, no, settings view model dot oh, we need to have a function in here for create account. Or not create account, create category. And this, we would again need the category type, which is a category type, and name, which is a string. We have that variable, right? Yeah, category type. Okay, so that should be everything. Let's pass the view model. Actually, does this need to be about binding? I don't think it really does. Cannot convert. Yeah. So if I do that, does that work? Yeah, I don't think this needs to be a binding. Okay, we are going to comment out this preview because it is annoying me right now. Okay. Okay, is the stream still stuttering for anybody else? I think Cole, is that what you were saying? Was that the stream was stuttering? Or is that happening for anyone else? Otherwise, I'll just keep on going. Okay, I can't tell. Let's see. So once somebody clicks this, they will go to the settings of view model function that will say create category. This one we actually want to call network manager dot create category, pass in the type and name. Maybe I'll change that because that looks kind of weird. And then inside of the actual network manager, which is the settings network manager, this is where we actually want to do the network call. But what we are actually going to be doing is calling something from the HTTP client, which this is a protocol. But where's the concrete implementation? We used... What do we use? What conforms to... That's the mock one. Networking, that's the one. Okay, so we have fetch, create category, we need a type again, which is a category type, and a name. I've literally written this function like 3 times. I don't know if I'm doing this in a super clean way, but that's the way we're gonna do it for right now. Okay. We need to call create category, which that was in our so I'm gonna open I'm opening the Vapor project for how we did this. That's our category object. Category controller has categories, and creating a new one is a post request. And we are just decoding category, which makes sense. So we could copy some of this. Let me bring up. Hey Rob, it's Rob, right? Yeah, welcome. Thank you for dropping by. I'm glad you were able to make it. Is my stream stuttering? It looks like it was stuttering for some people a second ago. Let me... Okay, what was I gonna look up? I was gonna look up github.com Code with Chris. I did a tutorial series for Code with Chris. The Vapor iOS app. So this is the series that I did for his channel. And we did a post request, and I want to do something similar. I think, did I put it here? I think I did. Okay, we did a fetch request, which I think I copied most of that. And here is the post request. So I called it send data in this series, but I'm probably going to change that name. Okay, yeah, this actually needs to not be here. So we are going to do some URL, create a URL request. We are doing some kind of request. And we are sending some object that is codable. And do I want to only? No, I'm gonna do. So this, I didn't really handle the errors very well. I was just like, if it's not 200, like throw a bad response. But let's handle this a little bit better. Of if the response is equal to 200, we are good. But if it equals something else, let's just do we need this part, and then let's just do if it equals 401, we get back throw unauthorized, and else then which web hosting service are you using to host your app? You mean the Vapor app, or what do you mean? Just smile. One thing on my radar is better error handling on mine. You wish I had a good, consistent way. Yeah, error handling is super important. I'm doing kind of the basics for right now, but maybe it'll get more in depth later. The Vapor app, I do not know yet, so we will figure out hosting when we get there. Async throws. Actually, we'll just do that. If it's 401, we'll throw that. Otherwise, technically, then it was good. Because the function would end, but... Oh, I already closed it. I was thinking of what would be a better way. You personally host yours on Heroku still. It's the free tier, but allow it to upgrade to the lowest possible, super easy setup. Yeah, do you still have the free tier of Heroku? Because I know that went away. Do you need to install Docker to use Vapor, or did you try? I don't know the end of your sentence. You don't have to have Docker to use Vapor. That's how I decided to use it to test everything, because it was really easy to do that. But Docker is totally free to install on your computer, so it's really easy. Let me find, I have a tutorial series on my channel, so if you go to, let's see, if you go to my channel and go to playlist, this is a full like intro to Vapor playlist that I would recommend that I did on Code with Chris's channel. And I would suggest looking at that to like get started with everything. Okay, how do we want to do this? Because I made generic fetch and send data, because send data would be like sending. You could do a put or a patch or anything with this. We want to do a bad response or unauthorized. Do I want to handle anything else? We'll just do this. We'll just basically catch a 401. Otherwise, if it's a 200, it'll just like be fine. Can vouch for Mikaela's Vapor tutorial. Aw, thank you. It's honestly what got you started to where you are now. You used it in your production app as the first week of December. 10 out of 10 recommend. Thank you. I appreciate it. For everyone who's still here, be sure to like this video because it definitely helps my channel, because I don't have that many videos on my actual channel. I just have live streams at the moment. So if you could do that, that would be great. And if anyone is interested, I do have a buy me a coffee link. So if you buy me a coffee while I'm on stream, it'll like pop up on my OBS and everybody will be able to see it. So that's super fun. So Just Smile, does creating your own backend will cost you less than using a service like Firebase? Cost in what way? It will cost you a lot of time to make a custom backend, as opposed to if you use Firebase, it won't. In the end, actually, what I think you should watch is another video that's on my channel. Let's share, copy. I think you should watch this video on my channel, which is how to choose the right backend. So that is what I would recommend you watch, and then you come back and let me know what questions you have, because it's a conference talk that I gave of choosing the right cloud database for your iOS app, and I literally go over like pretty much exactly what you just asked. As someone who migrated from Firebase Firestore to Vapor, it is a double-edged sword. Yes, it will cost you money to run a Vapor server, however, the control is what is important. Yes, that is true as well. So it's like and I put this in the presentation, it depends. It depends for everybody. It's what is it, Just Smile, that you're really looking for in your backend. Depending on that, then depending on that, that's what I would say. It depends. What database? So for this project, I'm using Postgres. You can see that in the description, I believe, of this video as well. Let's see. My contacts, I think, are like very dry because I am like rubbing my eyes a bunch. What do I want to do? Let's just go with this for right now. I might come back. Let's just make a to-do. I don't like making to-dos that often, but let's just throw a to-do here. Handle errors better, in which case is a 200. Okay. So here, when we get to this point, we want to do let URL is equal to URL string from request.base URL. Whoops. Endpoint.categories. And we, whoops. yeah, that's force unwrapped. Let method equals http methods dot post, and we want to do try await. Why is it? Did I make that private on accident? Oh, it's part of networking. Yeah, send data is part of networking, so okay, this needs to be part of the protocol. That's why it's not coming up. There we go. So now we can do http client.send data. And this needs to be async. Throws. We'll use URL here. The object that we are going to be doing is actually just name. So I don't know if we need to have, or no, I'm gonna create an object. And then I don't want to create a variable, so we are just going to do that. Okay, you can correct me if you're wrong, but with Firestore, it is a NoSQL database, which means it is a non-relational database, so if you have to be able to build and control relationships, it becomes hard. I would say that's kind of relative. You can still kind of make relationships within a NoSQL database, but it's important to know how to design it properly, because that's really where costs come into for any kind of, they're called a BaaS, like a backend as a service product like Firebase or AWS or MongoDB. You have to know how to design your database schema properly, I would say. And that's how you also avoid any kind of fees too. Cole says it really depends on how complicated the data structures are. At least for simple ones, it's not that big of a difference. Yeah, I agree. I learned SQL databases first, so it's easier for me to make relations within all the databases, but it's possible to have relations in a NoSQL database. It's just how you make the relationship itself is different. Do you use Vapor in my own job? I do not. I just do this for fun. And actually, let me bring that up as well. Here is a conference called Server-Side Swift. I will be speaking at this conference. So this is all about Vapor and any other like server-side Swift kind of technologies. So there's going to be talk replays up online. I think I'm going to put one on my channel. I'm not really sure yet. But yeah, it's super fun. So I need to send a category object. Category looks like we have it over here in the models category. ID, name, type, and is archived. So, or do I have a patch? I don't think I've made a patch category yet. But this is actually decoding the whole category object, so I at least need ID, name, category type, and is archived. Okay, so let new category is equal to category ID. I don't need one because that can be nil and be made on the server. A name will be name. This type will be type is archived will be false because you're creating a new one, so I can hard code that. Okay, I guess it has to be there. So the object will be new category. You saw we're in your conference. Awesome conference, by the way. Yeah, thank you. Nice to catch a bit of the stream you have to run, but we'll try to catch more. Yeah, Cole, thank you for stopping by. I will see you later somewhere on the internet. So Just Smile, you just started learning iOS dev and you notice that there is a lack of iOS dev YouTube channels. What ones have you found? There's like 10 or plus or so. Oh, I need to turn my phone off. It's still off. Okay, once I turn my phone on, I'm subscribed to a lot of them, so I will tell you which ones that there are. Oop, we need to do that. Okay, we have a new category. HTTP client and this. So technically if we run this, it should work. So, whoops. Not yet. Do I put it? Okay, async throws. So this one will do a do catch. Actually, we're gonna do the same thing right now. Yeah, so Rob, I'm not really handling any of my errors properly right now. I'm just printing most of them. I will probably go back and do that, you know, sometime. Okay, so we are doing that. That is an await. Yeah, there's a lot of YouTube channels, yeah, there are Stuart Lynch, Sean Allen, me, Jay Wilson, yeah, just name a few. No need to justify to me, you print things all the time. Yes, it happens. Okay, so other iOS channels, Code with Chris, Sean Allen, Stuart Lynch, Jared Davidson, which his is Architapt, Ariel from App Figures, iOS Academy, Rebelliper, or what is it? I can't pronounce this. It's, yeah, Rebelliper. Tunstev, Jay, Flow Writes Code, Vincent, I cannot pronounce his last name because it is French, Swift and Tips, Martin Lazick, Mazam Sharp, Karen Prater, Kilo Loco, Stefan, I cannot pronounce, Stefan Bloss, I believe, BLOS. There's a lot of iOS YouTube channels. And those are just the ones I'm subscribed to. There's probably more. Or I know there's more out there too. I would say if you followed me on YouTube, go check that out because, or not YouTube. If you follow me on Twitter, go check that out because I just retweeted a thread of like a bunch of iOS YouTube channels. Okay, why are we still failing? Okay, now here is where we want to wrap this in a task. And this is await. Does settings view model, does this one actually, hang on, did I do that right? This one does not throw. Because here we're handling the throws part of that, so create category, this does not need a try on it anymore. Ooh, build succeeded. Okay, we'll go back to that one and then, oh, I forgot to do show up as errors. I don't know if I want to keep that there. Okay. So here we go. Let's see if we can create a new category. So, let's do an expense category because it only has 2. So if we make a new expense category, let's call it, what are the 2 ones that I've done? Subcontractors, equipment, let's say accountant? Let's say CPA would be, or no, professional services is what it would be called. If we hit create, for one, I need to dismiss this view, and we also need to refresh that view. But it was created properly. Cool. Okay, let's commit everything because it worked, but the UI isn't really all together yet. So we changed a bunch of files just to do that. YouTube live chat is weird, like you have to scroll down to read and you can't go full screen. You can still see it. Ugh, that sounds like a YouTube issue. You have to scroll down to type/read and you can't go full screen and still see it. No, I know you cannot be in full screen and still see the chat. You can if you do... No, actually... Yeah, that's a thing of YouTube. I think you can do theater mode, which would make your video the width of the screen, but the chat is still below that. So that's definitely just how YouTube works. I used to put the chat on the screen, but then after a while I stopped doing that because it takes up a lot of space that then you like can't see as much of what I'm coding or anything too. Oh no, the sun is coming through. It's gonna mess up my green screen. But let's clean this up. That is a lot of changes. What do we change? We added a new file, we added this binding, added a function. We did a lot of things. Let's just commit this though. Create. Let's check income categories. So we have freelancing, YouTube, streaming. What would be another income category? Let's do buy me a coffee. So if we do buy me a coffee, hit create. We don't dismiss the view properly, but if we go back and fetch, we have buy me a coffee. Okay, so git commit create category works. Oh no, I didn't close it right. Actually, yeah, I did that. Create category works. Okay, so that all works properly. Have you tried the Xcode source control tools? That's what you typically use for all your commits, pairs, push. Yes, I don't do that because I can type very quickly, so it is 1,000 times easier for me to just use terminal to do simple things like committing rather than using like go to here, click commit, have something pop up, type something in. It's just faster for me to just type it directly from terminal. So that's what I use pretty much a majority of the time. If I don't use that, I'm gonna switch it to my face cam for a minute because I don't know which repo is about to pop up. This one's fine. I will use git kraken. So this is just another terminal kind of, or not terminal, another just git GUI kind of application. If I go to, let's see, we need to dismiss after this is done. So let's do showing new category is equal to false. So if we rerun that, but this comes up, but still me clicking into here, clicking stage all changes, then clicking this like takes so much longer than me to just click down here once and type something. So that's why I do that. I would recommend using a GUI. I don't know, Xcode, it's not awful, like it works for basic things, but it kind of sucks other than that, I think. Okay, if we do create new, yeah, we're doing create category. What would be another category? YouTube, streaming, buy me a coffee, what's another category? Sponsorship? Hit create, and there we go, it dismissed, which is good. Now we need to refresh this list. Okay, so we will keep that one down there. How do we want to? Let me fix this preview because it's bothering me. Okay, what is going on here? So we have, that is showing new category. Okay, settings view model needs a network manager, which is that, which needs an HTTP client, which is, I think, networking. Okay, that builds, and then do we still have the line length? Yeah, because this is obnoxious. So we have that one, we have that one. Does that fix the line length? No, this is still a very long line. Okay, we will do, okay, we're gonna just do all of them. I kind of don't, that's kind of obnoxious, but it's fine. See, I don't like how that looks. It looks weird to me. But let's just do that. Okay, there we go. So no more line length violation. Let's refresh this list. How do we want to refresh? So we could, in settings view model, when okay, so I totally did not use this function, so I can get rid of that. But that is something to do, is check if name.isEmpty Do I want to just return and not do anything? We could do that. Technically, what would be better would be make an alert, but I kind of don't want to do that right now. Hey Wilfred, how's it going? And am I pronouncing your name correctly? Please let me know, because I remember you saying, were you Swedish? Was that what you had said, I think, last stream? And I know their names are so much harder for me to pronounce compared to how they're spelled in English. Okay, so if we run this, let's see what happens. So if we try to do settings, new expense category, if we hit create, and do we go back? Okay, good. There's not an empty one. This just returns. Okay, now we're gonna have to write another to do create and alert. Now we're gonna have 2 warnings in here. You're saying it perfectly, actually. Aw, that's good. I'm glad. Because names are hard. Okay, what about the button disable if the name is empty? Ooh, that's a good one. I can do that. That's a good idea. Let's do that. Where's the create button? We are on the button right here. Duh. Dot disabled name dot is okay. If name is empty, if that is true, disable the button. Yeah, let's do that. I think that's right. That is a good idea. Yes, so now oh no. Is that still clicking? Did that still click even though I clicked disabled? Oh, the text was disabled. Hang on. That needs to be on the button itself. Okay. Let's do button create. There we go. Good idea, Chris. You missed the initial part, but we'll watch the replay for sure. Aw, thank you. I appreciate it for everyone who watches the replays. I do have, let me find it on my website. If I go to my own site, mikaelacaron.com, and actually not just blog, but if we go to expense tracker, not 03, but 01, I do have a blog series of this entire, the live stream series. I also have a blog series of this, so there's the first one, and then inside we have like all of the other ones that, as you can tell, I'm still behind on. But this is the blog series behind the live stream series, so I'm trying to like just write a blog post of what happened in the live stream in case anybody doesn't want to go back and watch the live stream. But as you can see, I am clearly like almost, I live stream every week, but like I haven't blogged every week. So that's a little bit behind. But here I'll also drop, because I have it up here as well, is my buy me a coffee link. If anyone wants to buy me a coffee while I'm on stream, I have an alert set up over there so that you can, you'll see like your name if you include it, but also like whatever message you want to put on that, I will see it like on stream, and it's super fun, I think. What did I use to make my website? So my website is actually on WordPress, which I don't even like WordPress that much, but one of my friends let me host WordPress on their instance for free. So I've kind of just done that for right now because I do not have time to make my own website right now. I'll go back and do it one day because I do want to change it, but it works for right now. I'm using also one of like the most basic themes still. But Chris, thank you. Good idea for that. Disabling the button, because that is smart. Should I keep, we can get rid of this. Let's just keep this as well. No, we don't need to keep it because it's like not possible to even get into that case. But let's see, does it become, okay, so somebody could type spaces. We could ignore that for right now. Let's add that into, so I use Linear to track all my progress for like all the to-dos and stuff. Let's add that as a improvement. Don't let users type empty spaces for create category. Okay, so let's do that. in create category view, trim white space for the text box. So users, empty space. There we go. We will do that for right now. And actually, let's also label that iOS. This is linear, so it is an application. Let me bring that up. This app, Linear, is a better way to build products, according to them. But this is what I use to track all of the tasks for this. So it could look like super in-depth, like here's done, I don't know what icebox is, backlog, in progress, all that kind of stuff. You can see like momentum and everything, and I really like it. And I think it's super pretty too. So that's what I use to track all of my tickets, basically. And there. Now I dropped it in the description. And you end up using GitHub issues /projects. Yes, it does have a GitHub integration. And I haven't used that because it's my own project. But you could use GitHub if you want. I just love this app. It's so pretty. And I can control the whole thing like with keyboard shortcuts. So if I just hit space, wherever my mouse is hovered over, it's like changing which one. I can type C, that's like automatically create a new issue. I could like tap into one of these and like, let's say click L and automatically like change the label of something. You can control the whole GUI using keyboard shortcuts, which is super cool. Your message are only displaying smileys. That's, I don't know. Maybe it's YouTube is having an issue this morning, or it's actually in the afternoon now. You have 2 people working with you on a backend project, and then 1 other on a client project. So we're using GitHub issues to manage all of that. Yeah, I would say you can do like any issue tracker, whichever one works for you. I just love this one so far. You won't be using smileys anymore. Oh, that's funny. Yo, what is up? It's Mehmet, right? How's it going? How's your day? Okay. We need to... Okay, we've handled this case so they can't click create. What is... Refresh. That's the last thing we need to do, is we need to refresh settings when... What is it? When we dismiss. So we could either refresh it manually or change the object in memory. Which one should I do? Let's just change the object in memory. Categories dot append. Oh no, I don't have the ID though. Let's just refetch it. So if we go to settings view, once this one, is it on dismiss? Is that what? No, what is it? Is that it? On disappear? Dot fetch categories. Oh geez, task. I know there's a shortcut to do that faster, but that works. On disappear. Okay, so it is on disappear. Oops. Async. It's good. How are you doing? I'm doing well. What am I doing? Oh, it needs to be a wait. Whoops. We are actually sending data to the Vapor backend from the iOS app side right now. And we are just about almost done because we have almost everything working. Refreshable on list. So, refreshable, I thought that was for the spinner. Is that also for like refreshing the list itself? Let's see, what do I want to make? A new expense. Let's do... What new expense do we want to make? What's another example of expenses that businesses have? Okay, these don't have to be real, but I'm making them real. I'm making my data real. Yeah, I thought refreshable was only for the spinner. Yeah, scroll to refresh. Oh, there we go. That worked. Okay. I don't know if any of you saw it. There is an animation glitch going on here. I don't know what that is about. Like, it's not dismissing, like, fluidly. I have to run this on my iPhone to actually double check, like, is this a simulator bug or is this a actual bug that's going on? Because right now, I'm just passing a boolean to dismiss. So we are using a state for create category, and then on the actual category view, we have a binding to that state property that's just a boolean, so it's super simple. But it's creating some weird animation glitch, and I don't know what that's about. So let's create a new income category. We have freelancing, YouTube, streaming, buy me a coffee, sponsorship. Let's just say Instagram. Instagram, hit create. And there we go. Instagram, that's automatically updated. That's so beautiful. Let's commit that. Okay, git add. So we did those two. So here's where I would use a GUI. So if I want to double check, if I try to type git diff right now, you don't see anything because everything is already in the staging area. So I'd have to take something out of the staging area to look at it. So that's where I would just do git kraken. And then I can see them directly in the staging area. So we added that. We disabled that. We fixed that. We add that part. So that's where I would use a GUI, is to see that, finish the message, and then I would just close it. Okay, so please do that again and check if it's a glitch. Yeah, let me commit this and I'll do that. Okay, so git commit, what do we do? It was refresh the list after adding a category and when the text box, yeah. Okay, let's just push that now. So eventually, you know, I'm gonna use branches, but right now we're just committing everything to main. Okay, so... Oh no, the video isn't syncing with your audio. Did you both say that? Yeah. But, like, the boolean, that shouldn't be an issue, though. Because it would be weird to have to use the environment on, like, everything. Okay, let's do it. At environment var, what is it? Var dismiss? No, it's back.dismiss. Var dismiss, right? Do we need anything else? Private var. Okay. Yeah, it shouldn't be an issue, but you know, it's an issue, which is like the definition of like SwiftUI issues. Okay, so let's just do that. Let's put this on the cancel because that's easy to test. Here we go. Okay, if we go to create new category, hit cancel. Okay, it's having it on both. There we go. Rob, yes, this is a new way on this article I just found recently. Dismiss action, Apple depreciated the presentation mode, and instead you can do dismiss. But yes, I definitely just had the exact same issue right here. So let me just do it one more time. Hit create. It's there when we click cancel. I don't know how well that's over stream, but yeah, it's definitely stuttering still. So that definitely seems like a SwiftUI or a simulator issue. Okay, the view model should be an observable object. Question mark, not a var, you guess. The view should be an observable object. Oh, this view model is an observable object. This is just a boolean that I'm passing in at the moment. But okay, so yo, why is that? So I might investigate that a little bit. I've done almost everything on stream, but Maybe I'll do that later. But yeah, let me write a comment in here. And my animation glitch issue is that this happens when also using at environment dot dismiss private var dismiss. So it's possibly a simulator issue. Using iOS 16.1 iPhone 14 Pro simulator. So I know what is going on. The settings view model. Oh, why not mark it observable object? Yes, that's what I was looking for. I was gonna do that. I was trying to use it like it at a binding, not observable. It's what is it? It's not observable. It's because that's what that one is. Is observe. I don't remember what it is. It's observed object. Is that the one that I'm trying to think of? Yes, I was going to do that. Thank you. But I like could not remember. I tried to use binding at first because I could not remember what it should have been. Yes, so that's observed object. That's right. State object. Hendrik, it is not a state object for the fact that it is not being created in this view. It's being passed into this view. So a state object would be when it's in the settings view. Here it's a state object because this is where it's being created. But yes, thank you for that. I could not remember what the right, what is that called? Property wrapper was. It's not the source of truth that is similar to binding before an object. Yes, exactly. I could not remember what the right property wrapper was. Okay, let's just build this to double check everything is working. Settings. Okay, we have Instagram and the income, so let's do TikTok. Which I don't think TikTok actually pays anybody, but hit create. And there we go, that works. So I'm gonna assume all of that works. And let's commit that. Property wrapper to the settings VM and create category view. There we go. I like how you track all this stuff even if it's just a personal project. You definitely need the spirit that I have. Yeah, it's otherwise like I would get lost of what I'm working on, especially because I stream all of this, especially because of that. I would get confused what I'm doing from like stream to stream. So this helps doing that. So right now we're doing CRUD categories. We have been able to do create. We have done create and read. I think we may hold off on the update and delete for right now. So let's drop that back into to do. We added that to the network. I'm just gonna delete that because that's kind of basic. So there we go. We have those two. We've done create and read, which is like pretty much the basics of what we need. I will do this, I think, on the next stream because I feel like that took a long time, but I think the next time I do this, it won't take that long. Is doing the accounts part of this because I was gonna get off stream because I'm gonna chat with one of my friends in a minute. Let's break this up actually. We did CRUD categories. Let's change this to create/read, and then we'll save the update delete for some other time. Okay, update/delete categories, and that is in the iOS app. Okay, so we have that one, and so we can do create read. We did that, so now let's mark that one as done. You're gonna try linear. It looks great. I absolutely love it. Please let me know what you think. It's so pretty. It's so nice. Like, it's great. Rob, your son is up from his nap, so you gotta head out. Have a great day. Yeah, thank you. Have a good rest of your day. I'm glad you were able to drop by. Let's do accounts. Okay, let's do... Okay, update/delete accounts. So that one's update. That's delete. This is for the iOS app. Hit create on that one. So this one can just be, if I can spell. Oh, whoops. Okay, this, we will probably end up changing this one as well, expenses, but I was looking for this one because it was in progress. This is create/read. You can take that one away. Okay, we've done read accounts. We do need to do create, but I think I'm gonna save that. I could do that now, or I could do it later. I think I'm gonna do it later, because that's something easy I can do in the very beginning of the next stream, because I will be going on a vacation soon. So because of that, I'm not going to be streaming, I believe, at least for the next 2 weeks. I'm not sure if I will the week I get back. So that's what we'll do at the beginning of next stream, is create accounts, and I'm probably going to combine this. So use the create category view rather than, right now I have a whole new view, create account view. Make a variable to change the title. So hopefully I see this comment at the bottom. Let's say look at comment. Where's point down? There we go. So look at this comment down below before stream, so I can remember what I'm doing. Winter vacation? Yeah, kind of. It is, I'm going to go talk at a conference, but I'm going to go on a vacation, like, before talking at a conference. Before you forget, Hendrik, great talk about databases. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. So, Hendrik is talking about... Let me find that. Here is the link. Oop, I don't know where that just pasted. Hendrik's talking about, that was a talk that I gave earlier in August, all about like cloud databases and choosing the right cloud database. Okay, so we did all of that. And let's see. So we'll start back doing that, which is also going to be like almost the same title as today. And we're gonna move some stuff around is what that one will be. So let's go ahead and push all of our code, and I'll go and do like a recap of everything that we've done so far. So I turned the music off to make it kind of clearer. But what we did today was, if we look at our expense tracker, we go to settings, we can now create new categories. So we can create either a new income or expense category. So you can tap this plus button no matter what, if you're adding to whichever one of these, which now I'm looking at this page might get really long, but we can do create income category. If we say, what's another new income category? What have I not used? Sponsorship, Instagram. Let's just say Facebook. So we can type that, but if we don't have anything there, we can't click create, which is was Chris's idea. So that's super nice. So let's do Facebook again. And if we click create, it adds it to our backend and then also refreshes the list by fetching it again. So that is pretty much all we did today. But to get here, we had to create a new function within our HTTP client protocol. We use that function here for sending data, which this is a very generic, function for sending data. So this could actually also be used for post, put, and patch methods as well for sending a single object. And then inside of our settings network manager, we were able to create function, create category, create the URL that we want to use, create the new category object itself, and then call our function for send data. So technically the last thing I could do, and I could put this maybe to do next stream as well, is we are testing the settings network manager. We have successfully tested fetching, but we have not tested the new one that we just added, which that is why this does not conform, which is using this send data function. So that could also be something we test as well to continue like testing this class. Because if we look at the code coverage, it was 100%. We were testing both of these functions, but we have not yet tested this create category function. But that is pretty much all we did during this stream, was add that one. It seems like really small because all we did was add one thing here, but to get to that point of adding something, it took like a lot of effort to actually go about doing that. So that is it for this stream. I hope everybody enjoyed it, and I will be posting on my what is that called? On the community tab within YouTube when I'll be streaming next, because it won't be at least for 2 weeks though. So I will be taking a little bit of a break this December. So I will let you all know when I'll be streaming next. The best place is to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, or like YouTube if you subscribe and everything, and then you'll see like the most updated information about when I'll be streaming next. But thank you for everybody for joining. Thank you, Cyril, for buying me a coffee, and I will see you all in the next stream in a couple weeks. Bye. Have a good rest of your day.